Our geeky science for the day. Will we soon be able to see back to the beginning of time? And what's that going to look like? The James Webb Space Telescope, which was launched in December of 2021, in fact, it was launched on Christmas Day, is now in stationary orbit, or in final orbit, 93,000 miles above the Earth. And it's got a mirror that is 3 times the diameter of the Hubble Space Telescope, which had been launched back in 1990. And the Hubble is still working today, too. But remember when Hubble went up and we first saw these galaxies and the nebula and all these just mind-blowing, amazing pictures? Well, what the James Webb telescope is doing is it's looking back in time. For example, the light that you see from the sun, you look outside and that sunlight that you see, that left the sun 8 minutes and 20 seconds ago. So you're looking back in time 8 minutes. Well, the James Webb telescope now can look back 13.5 billion years. The best estimates are that the universe is 13.6 billion years old. So we're almost looking at the very beginning of time. Now, the best guess is that the way the universe came into being was that, you know, there was a void, and then suddenly it was filled with kind of a fog. They describe it as a fog, and of just, you know, free particles of energy, essentially. And, you know, whether it's photons, I'm not enough of a physicist to explain exactly what it was, but there was not matter at that point. And that energy started slowing down and condensing into matter, and then the matter, the gravitational force of the matter started pulling that matter into lumps that became stars and planets. Well, actually became stars. Planets came long after that. This is mostly hydrogen and you know, the you know, very, very low on the periodic table elements, mostly hydrogen. And then as the stars burn, it's a fusion reaction, so that you're merging hydrogen atoms into each other and forming all the other elements. And then eventually, after billions of years, stars start exploding. They die and explode. And out of those explosions comes all the stuff that makes up our Earth. That's where the planets came from. Everything you see around you started out in the core of a star, including you and me. We are star stuff, you know, to quote the old, I think it was Joni Mitchell song. And this is just amazing to me. I just, you know, it throws me into one of those being in awe moments. And the only reason that they can't see the Big Bang, the original, the starting point of the universe, is that it wasn't producing light. It was just, you know, it was just this giant fog, and it didn't start producing light until, you know, millions of years later. In fact, I've got the scientists believe the Big Bang occurred 13.8 billion years. I'm sorry, I said 13.6. But they think that for the first 380,000 years after the Big Bang, there were no stars or galaxies. The universe was still a very dark place. The cosmic dark ages wouldn't end until a few 100 million years later, when the first stars and the galaxies made up of stars began to form. And like I said, there were no planets at that point. It's just incredible. I am just